What is up, everyone? Welcome back. Hopefully, everyone's having an amazing day. It's the big day. It's Wednesday, September 17th. Everyone is gearing up for the rate cut announcement coming early this afternoon. But you know what? As everyone's staring at the charts right now, they're not seeing the bigger picture. September, it's not just another month, it's the launch pad. Bitcoin's best September in over a decade. Rate cuts on the table and XRP being whispered about in government halls. The ETFs, well, they're not trickling in, they are stampeding in. This isn't the moment to casually just scroll through Twitter. It's the moment to understand how all of these puzzle pieces lock together. Because if you miss this, you'll spend the next cycle kicking yourself right in the butt. Folks, welcome back to the Bullwinkle Blueprint. If you're new around here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. And if you're coming back for some more of that good info, well, the ultimate way and the freest way to support me is by hitting that thumbs up. It takes 2 seconds and it really gives me that extra push on YouTube. The more thumbs up we get, the longer YouTube pushes out the content. So hey, why not? It's free. You could have done it by now. Now, let's get back into the info. Markets not looking too bad here. Bitcoin's coming in at $116,394. It's currently up 0.8%. Ethereum coming in at 4,487. It's down about 0.5%. XRP's down about 0.7%, but it's all right. Still holding above $3. We're going to jump into the XRP chart in just a second here. I'm going to show you your key support and resistance levels. Total cryptocurrency market cap coming in at $4.05 trillion. You love to see it. We just had a little bit of a dip under 4 trillion. We are right back above. Let me blow this up for those of you looking at the screen. So September, as you can see, this is usually Bitcoin's worst performing month, but not this year. No. This September is shaping up to be one of the best years in over 13 years. That matters because history says when Bitcoin closes September in green, October and November, we go parabolic. And even December, I mean, look at 2023. We closed September in green. We almost had a 30% gain in October, followed by a close to double-digit gain in November, closing out the year with another double-digit gain, and then the boom in January, 40% to the upside. Now, later on, what's coming? The Fed's expected to announce rate cuts, the first of what looks to be many rate cuts. Liquidity floodgates opening. Risk assets are gonna thrive. And for Bitcoin, it's the king of risk assets. I've been saying it for months. Survive September and October is where the legends are made. And folks, real quick, if you're sitting there wondering how do you position your XRP for this kind of cycle, I open up a handful of my 101 calls here. It's called Define Your Winning XRP Strategy with Ripple Van Winkle. That's me. No guessing, no hype, me and you, one-on-one, just a clear, actionable plan built around your personal goals. Spots are super limited on this, so if you've been stuck second guessing your strategy, this is your chance to lock in. Description is down in each and every single one of my videos. Now let's look at the XRP chart. This is what we're looking at. You can see the red, which is your resistance, and green. Very interesting here how XRP is just stuck in between. We are bouncing around. We are in no man's land. That's what I like to call this. This could break up or it can break down. If it does break down, I mean, look at this nice support level we got from 282 to 274 and then all the way down to 258. That's doomsday scenario. We get to 258. How does that happen? Simple. Bitcoin closes that CME gap. And I put out the tweet yesterday. Your key supports are sitting around 282 and 293 with your key resistance areas 314, 336, and 369. For those of you that are paying attention to my Twitter page, every day we're going to be having technical analysis coming out with support and resistance on your major assets, XRP, XLM, Cardano, Bitcoin, Arbitron, Quant, Chainlink, Avalanche, XLM. They're all going to be in there. They will be going out just throughout random times of the day. So keep your eyes on that and you'll get exact charts layouts, my take, your breakout spots, where we're going, all that good stuff. And Incredible Crypto, he's like, Bitcoin's actually looking really good here on the lower time frames. Hoping I can get a fill over the next 24 to 48 hours. Let me get this. Ripple. This is Brad Garlinghouse. A little bit older, but this is a throwback. This is going to segue us into where we are going next. Let's listen to this clip of him, and then let's tie this into what we have coming, right? Talking about US government here, talking about ETFs, talking about XRP being added to that stockpile. Listen to this.
Why do you think XRP wasn't specifically named in the executive order for the digital asset stockpile?
Well, so XRP was named by the president on Truth Social. He posted something saying that there should be other tokens, that there's going to be a Bitcoin strategic reserve and then a crypto stockpile that would include things like XRP.
Days later, the executive order didn't include it. Why was that?
I don't know what specifically was in the executive order. My understanding is there's going to be a Bitcoin strategic reserve. There'll be a crypto stockpile representing other cryptos. And I would expect that will include XRP. Look, at the end of the day, I think the stark contrast is in the Biden administration, we couldn't get a meeting with people at the White House. Now we're welcomed into the White House, and that's just a massive change. I think we want this industry to thrive in the United States. We don't want to push it offshore where you have fewer regulations.
I think the reason I keep pushing you too is because I think now it's widely accepted that this is a pro-crypto administration, but the details, that is what's causing an overhang, the uncertainty of the details. So to the extent you have confidence, right, about XRP being in that stockpile or otherwise getting more support for an ETF.
I mean, Brad is telling you point blank, and Brad's been in these meetings with the people at the White House, with the higher ups, that XRP is going to be included in the digital asset stockpile. It is crystal clear. He has also told you about ETFs, right? He made that prediction that we will see XRP ETFs, and here we go. He's going to touch on it right here.
Yeah.
For example, where does that confidence come from, and what kind of timeline do you see it happening on?
So I have immense confidence on the ETF. I think there's 11 different filings pending with the SEC to launch ETFs, from everybody from Bitwise to Franklin Templeton and a whole bunch of people in between. I think those will be live in the second half of this year. We have seen, even outside the United States, you have live ETPs. And at a time when a lot of outflows are exiting some of the crypto ETFs, you're seeing inflows into XRP. And I think that's because you had this false negative pressure from the SEC, this kind of, an exogenous hand holding things down that's now being released. And that's great for the market. That's great for builders within the XRP ecosystem globally.
There you go. So Brad made his prediction. He called the shot, and he is right, because what's coming tomorrow, your first ever spot ETF. It's not a true spot, I understand that, but this will set the tone for what is coming in October. Grayscale is the first one. The first, I believe it's the second week of October, we will get it. The announcement's supposed to come on the weekend for the approval. We're going to get it before that because we know the SEC government employees, we don't work the weekends, right? They don't do it. So Brad's been spot on. We're talking about ETFs. Look at this. Your past 24 hours. Look at all the ETF filings that we have received. Bitwise Avalanche ETF. A Definance ETFs on Bitcoin, Ethereum base trades. We got Turtles Income Blast covering Bonk, Litecoin, and Sui. Bitwise's stablecoin and tokenization ETF. Even a T-Rex 2X ETF. Folks, this is the tip of the spear. The SEC's dam is cracking, and behind it is a tidal wave of capital. Every niche corner of crypto is getting wrapped up into ETF papers. This is how Wall Street works. They don't dip their toes. They open the floodgates. And when that money comes rushing in, you don't want to be the guy standing on the sideline. The signals are here. They're showing you the playbook. They're telling you what is coming. All we got to do is get through September, and October is going to be one of the most bullish months that you have ever seen in crypto, especially because we are in a bull run year. So look, September's proving the setup. October is the explosion, and XRP is standing right in the middle of it. From government stockpiles to ETFs popping up like wildfires, this isn't someday anymore. It's right now. The only question is whether Are you positioned to ride it? Or are you just going to be sitting on the sidelines and watching it all happen? And if you thought today was big, wait until you see what's lining up next. I promise you, folks, it is even bigger. I'm going to leave it like that. I hope you enjoyed. Look, do me a favor on your way out, hit that thumbs up button, and I'll catch all y'all a little bit later this afternoon.